Anansi, and he's a trickster spider. He plays tricks on people.
Ghost spider!
Ghost spider is helpful.
Yeah.
This guy's not.
Tail spiders and I can't.
Yeah, he's
And
funny.
a car.
He's really funny, but he's a trickster spider.
Ghost spider is ghost spider webs. That's what I was talking about.
Where do you think he's from?
I think he's from a jungle.
A jungle? Okay, where do you guys think he's from?
In a home.
In a home. So maybe
In
he does
a
have
nest.
in a nest.
Living in a pine cone.
Alaric, what?
I think in a pyramid.
In a pyramid?
Candies. I think the teacher. Maybe it's from Africa.
Okay. Okay, do you guys know what this is?
A globe.
A globe. So you thought of a spaceship. Is this what you were thinking of? Yeah. You will get a chance to hold it, but you need to go back over there.
Me too.
Okay, so this is a globe. Where do we live? Hold on, Dax,
I know what's that for. We spin it and then we look at areas that we live in.
That would be really cool. We live right here in the country
you
of...
guys?
Yeah, all of us right now. We are right here. Right here on the corner of this yellow one. This is where we are in the United States of America.
I'm in an apartment.
In an apartment.
And I live in
On the continent of North America. And Nancy, this guy, hold on, this guy right here, he lives all the way over here in Nigeria, in this pink one.
Oh.
In Africa. So in the country of Nigeria, on the continent of Africa. So you were throwing out some interesting things. You guys can hold this, but listen. You can pass it from person to person. Kyrie. You can pass it to person to person, but be very, very careful with it because it's Oliver's brother's, and I didn't ask him. So I'd be in like double trouble or something like that. So you can pass it from person to person. Okay, so that's where this guy's from. Now, in his village, there's this story about a little girl named 5, like the number 5. She didn't like her name because everybody was always making fun of her name. They'd be like, oh, hey, 5, give me 5, and that really bugged her. Or they'd ask her, what's your name? And she'd say, 5. And they'd say, no, what's your name? And she'd say, it's 5. And so she'd get really frustrated. So one day she got sick and tired of it. And she said, I'm going to cast a spell. Ooh, it's a little spell. I'm going to cast a spell on all of you. And if you ever say the number 5 again, then boom, you disappear. I don't know where you go when you disappear. But if you say the number 5, you disappear.
What happens if you say the number 6?
Oh, no big deal. She was fine with that. You can say number 6. But number 5, you can't say number 5. So Anansi, remember, he's a trickster spider.
Number 5.
He doesn't like...
She just said number 5.
That's okay. She's not here. So he doesn't like to work very hard. All he wants to do is hang out in his hammock and eat bananas all day long. He doesn't want to work hard at all. So he remembered... He remembered this story about the little girl named number 5, and he thought, I'm going to use this because I don't want to work very hard. So he thought, I've got 5 of these. Does anyone know what this is?
A potato.
They're called yams. And in Africa, so where he's from, in Africa, they grow a ton of these. And they're really important in Africa. I'll pass it around. They're really important in Africa because they provide... It's a real
toy.
Is what? Oh no, this is real. Maybe at snack time I can cut it up. We can't eat it because we have to cook it, but I can show it to you guys. But
I want to hold it to a pass it.
You want to pass it?
I want to hold it. What is it?
It's a yam. Who has that? Oh, Rocket. It's a yam. So they're really important in Africa. They provide a lot of things for African families and culture. So he planted yams, and he took 5 yams. You ready to hear what his plan is? Listen to his plan. So he had 5 of them. 1, count with me.
1, 2,
He put these along the road to the market.
Where we disappears, we will see you is where we.
I don't know. I'll have to look up where they disappeared.
And
so he's on the road to the market. What happens at the market, Chloe? What happens at a market?
People walk.
Yeah, people walk to the market to sell things that they have. So Brother Bull, he saw Brother Bull walking down, and Brother Bull had a huge basket of bananas.
I want to hold it. Pass it.
Hold on. He had a huge basket of bananas. And Anansi saw him coming along, and he thought, ooh, hi, Brother Bull. And Brother Bull said, oh, hi, Anansi, because he knows that Anansi's a trickster. So he said, oh, hi, how are you? And Anansi said, oh, I am very, very sad, because when I was just a child, I was very, very sick, and I couldn't go to school, so I never learned how to count. Can you count these yams for me? And Brother Bull, he said, okay, Anansi, I will count for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and boom! He disappeared because he said the number 5. So he disappeared. So Anansi was very happy because now he had a basket full of bananas. And he ate that basket.
And I'll hold it.
Sure.
Is that real banana?
So he ate the basket of bananas all week long. But then the bananas ran out, so he had to do it all over again. He had to do it all over again. And that's when he saw Mr. Rabbit coming along with, what do rabbits usually like? Carrots. So he had a basket of carrots. And Anansi said, oh, hi, Mr. Rabbit. And Mr. Rabbit said, oh, hi, Anansi. Thank you. Hi, Anansi. How are you? And that's when Anansi began to cry. He said, oh, I am very sad. Because when I was just a child, I was very sick. And I couldn't go to school, so I never learned to count. Will you count the yams for me? And Mr. Rabbit said, oh, don't cry, don't worry. I'll count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and boom! He disappeared because he said the number 5. Oh, this was working out really well for Anansi. So now he had a whole basket of carrots. He had a whole basket of carrots, but that didn't last, so he kept doing it over and over and over again. Now at this point, Mrs. Guinea Fowl, these are really popular in Africa too. At this point, Mrs. Guinea Fowl started to catch on, and she said, nope, this is not going to happen. Here, keep passing it, keep passing it. This is not going to happen to me. So when she came down the road and saw Anansi waiting for her, she said, I'm not going to fall for this. So Anansi says, oh, hi, Mrs. Guinea Fowl. And Mrs. Guinea Fowl said, oh, hello, Anansi. How are you? And Anansi began to cry. Oh, I am very sad.
I can do it.
Because when I was just a child, I was very sick. So I couldn't go to school, and I didn't learn how to count. Can you count these for me? And so she, being very wise, she knew what he was up to. So she decided to sit on this last one. And she said, sure, Anansi, I will help you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one I'm sitting on.
Chloe, pass it.
And Anansi said, well, no, that's not how you count. You should count one more time. Count one more time. And she said, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one I'm sitting on. And Anansi got mad. She said, no, Mrs. Guinea Fowl, that is not how you count. And Mrs. Guinea Fowl, she said, okay, Anansi, well, if you can count better, why don't you count? So Anansi said, fine, I will count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and boom! He said the number 5 and he disappeared. It was his own trick and he disappeared. So she thought it was great because I forgot to tell you that she had a basket full of eggs, but no, she didn't just have the eggs. Now she had all 5 yams. Yes, I know I took your egg. Now she had all of these. Okay, you can pass it. It's like Velcro. So now she had yams and a basket full of eggs, and she was really quite proud of herself because she didn't fall for